Hey there, everyone. My name is Marco Antonio, and thank you for joining me on Marco Antonio Strategizes. I'm a first hand restaurant owner and operator and marketing strategist. And today I just wanted to get a little more deep dive in just letting you know who I am, a little bit about my journey. I know I've touched on pieces here and there, but I really think it's really important that you understand why marketing strategy and why I have such a heart for restaurant owners and restaurant operations. And part of my story is, I've grown up in the restaurant industry my entire life, and I really feel like when it comes to restaurant marketing and restaurant strategy, you really need to work with someone who really understands your business. I've seen a lot of these companies out there who promise you the moon and the stars, and they don't really know what more else to deliver. They don't really know your pain, your sense of urgency, and how important it is when you're investing your last $5,000, because this is going to make or break your business, and you are literally just putting it all on the table. It's all on the line. And I've been in those positions, and luckily I've had a lot of good people on my side that helped me get up when I fell down. Not everything was a handout, and I worked a lot and I earned a lot, but I I've done enough good in my life. I feel that I've had a lot of key people help me up when I was down. But the biggest thing that really sets me apart from anyone else is I even if I wanted to give up, I couldn't give up. I've never given up. And from one restaurant owner to another, I really want you to dig deep down into yourself and just tell yourself why. Why did you get into this business? Why are you doing this business? What is your why to succeed? And I asked myself that every single day when I was going through this business, as as a child, watching my mother have her hard work and whole life just fall apart and crumble underneath her, and ultimately lose her business and had to shut down because she was no longer financially viable. It was no longer an operation she could continue to sustain. And because I wanted to make her proud and I wanted to do right by my family and say, you know what, even though we fell down, we got back up. When the chips were down, when the chips were gone, we still came back, even if it was 2 years later. So that's the kind of drive that I have, that I won't give up. And when you're going to watch any video on this channel, please know that years of trial and tribulation have led me up to this moment. I tell everybody in my videos, if once you get to know me more, my restaurant's on the side of the street with very to little no parking. My family initially invested a lot of money into a building that wasn't piped and had a plumbing to even be a restaurant, and put in a bunch of money into a building they didn't even own. And that was for the lack of understanding and not knowing how to manage their finances. And it was a horrible mistake, and it's a mistake that we've had ramifications for years to come. So if I can guide anybody and save them from mistakes, from a lifetime of mistakes that I've seen my family make, uh, years of mistakes that I've seen myself make, and better develop myself, I have over $500,000 in just ad spend and learning what works and what doesn't. And that's the sense of urgency, how I operate. For me, every time I speak with someone or consult with someone and try to work with them, I want them to match my energy. I I know what it's like to be late on your rent. I know what it's like to be behind on your car payments. I know what it's like to call in for an extension on your cell phone bill and just put it all into your restaurant. Put it all in. And for all those restaurant owners and operators who say, oh, well, I just take money out of my account when I need it for myself. Or those small mom and pop shops out there who have their families working in their restaurant, and their nephew or their daughter or their son are just hanging out back collecting tips, and they're not really charging the family what wages are just to help out. I need to let everybody know that's not the way to operate. Obviously, it's frowned upon, but it's a lot more common for smaller places than people even realize. And I want to help those individuals. If you want help, please reach out to me. I broke that cycle in my family. I've gotten above it, and I'm no better than anybody else, and I've gone through all those mistakes. But if we learn to operate our businesses better and work with someone who has the experience as a first hand restaurant owner, myself, marketing strategist, myself, and even if you don't come to me, go to somebody you trust. Go to somebody that you know is gonna knows your pain, knows your aspirations, knows your dreams. That's like the biggest thing that I could tell you is that is my why. That is why I'm here making all of these videos, to help anybody who feels like they're on their last leg. If you're passionate about your product, I'm here for you. I may tell you some things that you're not going to want to hear about efficiency. We know we may trim off the fat off of some of the things that you're doing and how you're operating, but ultimately, everybody that I've ever worked with, I want them to succeed, because I go back to thinking about for all the years how my mom was using a rolling pin to make hundreds of tortillas a day, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing the pain that she went through late on the later years of her life, and the type of pain that she dealt with at the end of the years of her life on a rolling pin, and the pain that she felt in her hands taking her to therapy. It was really heartbreaking to watch her from the beginning as a child, watching her go to work to support me and my sisters, to help take care of my grandparents. And she did it every single day of her life without complaining, and she was happy to do so. But I seen the kind of damage that could be done mentally, physically, to a person who owns and operates a business, and I want to help anybody out there who is looking to run more efficient, or even, I'm not here to give financial advice. The anything that you learn from me on this channel, and I have to disclose it. I don't give financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. But I would like to teach everybody the mistakes that I made, and there are programs available for restaurant owners and operators because we have so much cash flow. We're a gold mine for banks. Banks want to work with us. We have money coming in every single day, and that money that's coming in can be leveraged and utilized to have access to 0% interest capital. These are things that I wish somebody would have coached me and taught me, but I learned the hard way, and I fell down on my face plenty of times. So if you need somebody to talk to on how to maximize and strategize the best for efficiency for your business, the biggest thing that I'm going to tell you is I can't help every single person one-on-one, but please join my free school group. I have a description down below, and it's my free VIP community for this time only. And I want to work with as many people as I can, how to construct promotions, how to make attractive promotions, how to sync everything in your systems and make it work fluid and optimally from your phone system. I have phone systems that operate and text message back customers if we miss phone calls. Imagine getting upset at your waiters for not answering the phone calls in time. There's a way to automate that, and a lot of restaurant owners, they don't emphasize on technology. They don't know that, and it's not your fault. You don't know what you don't know. There's more advantageous point of sale systems that we can utilize nowadays that do help us run Google Ads better. And I know I've troubleshooted several point of sale systems in my past few years of operation, and I've seen what works and what doesn't for these optimizations. Stop paying companies like Square 3.5% for credit card processing fees because you think you're saving money because you don't pay a software fee. Do the math, do the breakdown. Every little bit counts. I always like to go back and tell the story on when I was buying $2,000 worth of chips and tomatoes to make salsa, and I was giving away $2,000 to $2,500 worth of chips and salsa a month. Then one day I walked in Chipotle and I seen Chipotle was charging for chips and salsa. I went from giving away $2,500 a month, which comes out to $25,000, $30,000 a year I was giving away in chips and salsa, my material cost, not including the labor, what it took to put everything together. But last year, I finally profited $20,000 selling chips and salsa, not giving it away. Like, you know, the value of my VIP community is going to be we're all going to walk through this together, see where the mistakes that we're making, plug those leaks in the ship that is your business, and you are the captain, you are in charge. It's never too late for change. Change is today. And if you're watching this video, that is my why. I want to help others so they don't have to go through the pain and suffering that I've been through and what I've seen firsthand with my own family. My name is Marco Antonio. Thank you for joining me on Marco Antonio Strategizes. The link's down